She looked at me, her eyes soft but heavy, and whispered the words that cracked something inside me forever. I like you, but I'm not in love with you. I nodded. I don't know why I nodded. Maybe because I didn't want to make her feel guilty. Maybe because I thought if I stayed calm, I could somehow fix what had already shattered. But inside, I was burning. My chest felt hollow, as if someone had stolen the air from the room. I smiled faintly, pretending I understood, pretending I was okay. But IWASN single quotes T. Love is strange. You can spend years building a home inside someone, only to find out they never planned to stay. I thought we were steady, unshakable. I thought what we had was real, the kind of love that people search for their whole lives. And yet, in one sentence, she reminded me that my love had been one-sided, at least in the way I imagined it. Her name was Claire. The first time I saw her, she was standing in a bookstore, running her fingers gently over the spines of old novels. She had this way of making silence feel like music. I remember watching her laugh when the cashier said something silly. Her laughter was soft, almost shy, but it filled the room. That day, I walked up to her and asked about the book in her hand, and that's where it all began. For months, we spent every spare moment together. Coffee shops became our safe havens. Long drives at night became our escape. I thought she was my person. The way she looked at me across the table, the way her hand slipped into mine when she thought nobody was watching, it all convinced me that this was love. And maybe it was, at least for me. But love is complicated. It's not always equal. Sometimes one heart beats louder than the other, and sometimes one person falls deeper than the other. I was the one drowning in it, while she was just swimming. And I didn't see it, or maybe I refused to see it. That night when she told me, I tried to act strong. I told her I understood. I told her it was okay. But when she left, the silence in the room screamed louder than any words. I sat there, staring at the empty chair across from me, where just minutes ago she had been. My mind replayed her words over and over. I like you, but I'm not in love with you. I wondered, when did she stop feeling it? Was there a moment? Was it my fault? Did I not love her in the right way? Or had she never really felt it at all, and I was just a chapter in her story, while she was the whole book in mine? The weeks that followed were torture. I'd walk past the places we used to go together, and each one felt like a wound that refused to heal. Every street corner, every coffee mug in my kitchen, every late-night song on the radio reminded me of her. I couldn't escape her, even though she was gone. But here's the cruelest part of love. It doesn't leave when someone tells you it's over. It lingers. It stays inside you like a ghost, haunting your nights, following you in your dreams. And the more you try to push it away, the louder it screams. I tried to move on. I tried to go out with friends, to laugh, to pretend like I was okay. But every smile felt fake. Every laugh felt forced. People kept telling me time would heal, but time doesn't heal by itself. It just teaches you how to carry the pain. Then one night, weeks later, I saw her again, not in person, but online. A photo. She was smiling, standing close to someone else, his arm wrapped around her, her head resting gently against his shoulder. And I realized, maybe she hadn't fallen out of love. Maybe she had fallen in love with someone else. That's when it truly broke me, because suddenly, all those moments we shared felt like practice for her real love story. And I was just the space she passed through to get there. But here's what I didn't realize at the time. Pain can be a teacher. Heartbreak can be a mirror. It forces you to see yourself, to confront the truth you've been avoiding. I had built my world around her, but in doing so, I had forgotten myself. I had forgotten that love isn't supposed to beg. It isn't supposed to plead for scraps of affection. Love is supposed to be mutual, natural, undeniable. One night, I sat alone in my apartment, looking at the ceiling, and something inside me shifted. I whispered to myself, you deserve someone who doesn't just like you. You deserve someone who loves you. And for the first time in months, I believed it. It didn't erase the pain immediately. Healing is never that simple. But slowly, I began to rebuild. I started reading again, going on long walks, traveling to places I'd always wanted to see. I started to live for me, not for someone else's love. And then, when I least expected it, life surprised me. I met someone new. Her name was Emily. She wasn't loud or flashy, but she was genuine. She saw me not who she wanted me to be, but me, with all my scars, my brokenness, my flaws. And she didn't say, "I like you." She didn't hesitate. She looked at me one evening, her hand resting over mine, and said, "I love you," fully, completely, without doubt. And in that moment, I realized something important. Sometimes heartbreak feels like the end of everything, but in truth, it's just the beginning of something you couldn't see yet. If Claire hadn't broken me, I might have never found Emily. I might have never found the kind of love that doesn't waver, that doesn't question, that doesn't compare. Looking back now, I don't hate Claire. In a strange way, I'm thankful. She taught me the hardest lesson of all. That love isn't about holding on to someone who doesn't feel the same. It's about letting go, so that both hearts can find where they truly belong. So if you're listening to this, and you're carrying heartbreak, if someone once told you they like you but don't love you, remember this: you are not unlovable. You are not too much or not enough. You are simply waiting for the right heart, the right soul, the right person who won't hesitate, who won't leave, who won't make you question. And when that love arrives, you'll understand why the others never worked out. Because real love doesn't need convincing. It doesn't come with conditions. Real love simply stays. Call to action, CTA. Stay tuned for more stories filled with love, heartbreak, and lessons of life.